Hello band fans, it's me, your horror host, Richard Asplin again, just dropping by for a moment to offer you a free glimpse into the second of our XXX-Rated Extras. SHRIEK-O-NOMICS! Monsters, movies and money men. It's a lively exploration and a deep dive into the world of low-budget financing and discovering what actually happens between a script idea and a premiere. Whether it's a multi-million-dollar MCU superhero summer blockbuster or just 3 film students, a plastic machete and a bottle of ketchup, how do you get that story onto the screen? And why does even the simplest tale end up tripling in cost, shooting time, overruns and chaos? We look at real examples, real numbers and some real disasters, and you'll finally understand why, for the price of Avengers-Endgame, you could have made The Evil Dead 365 times over. The full show will be available for subscribers, an exclusive club you can join via Patreon or Apple Podcasts, but to tempt you, here's a little slice. Films in right now on the list of VHS tapes most people on Earth have not only never seen, but have never heard of. And even if they had, wouldn't watch them if they were the last tape in the world. Stuck on a desert island with a TV, a VHS player, a power source and all the necessary cables, most people would take one look at the boxes or the titles and just eat the cassette before thinking of settling in with half a coconut of lilt and watching the damn thing. Because what? Folk don't like horror movies? Because horror movies are a tiny backstreet niche with little interest to the general public? Just late night stuff that weirdos like, wanky teenage boys and Emily Strange girls in stripy leggings, Jack Skellington backpacks and vapes full of myrrh? Well, let's find out why that is so far off the mark it could have been the Warren Report. As Sinatra once said, let's just be frank from the start. Granted, horror movies rarely bother Ollie, Oscar or Billy BAFTA come awards season, true. Although The Substance, Parasite, what were those, musicals? Silence of the Lambs certainly had a lot of ink spilt on the lowering of standards when it won the Big 5 Academy Awards at the 65th Oscars in 1992. And no, gore and horror doesn't clog up Christmas Day telly after the King's speech. Still getting used to saying Kings there, like James Bond does or Harry Potter, but what, a genre not popular with the general public? Well, as Walter Matthau famously said in JFK, that dog don't hunt. Look, I don't know how much we can trust our friends at Wikipedia, let's assume a 10% inaccuracy. I mean, hell, they still think I'm a young, successful novelist. And Hollywood accountants, of course, have been known to bend and pummel and twist ticket receipts like they were pizza dough. But take something apparently niche like the Saw franchise. Adjusted for inflation, it's pulled in $688.3 million. And that doesn't even touch the Halloween series at a box office with a $1 billion take-home.
What was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Add to that the $908 million earned by a certain Friday the 13th series. Another $703 million for Freddy & Co. on Elm Street. And I haven't even touched Scream, Chainsaw, Child's Play, or the lucrative Final Destination collection. Hell, leaving those beefy cash cows aside, we could just take The Conjuring, Resident Evil, Alien and It movies and pocket $6.4 billion box office. So no, I won't have it that it's a genre people don't love. Christ on a horse, the movie that invented the word blockbuster.
Now this is not a boat accident.
Breaking all records in 1975, it bursts from the beginning with blood.
There wasn't any propeller.
Guts, jumps, screams.
There wasn't any coral reef.
Corpses, dismemberment.
And it wasn't Jack the Ripper.
And blood-spitting mutilation.
It was a shark.
What I'm getting at is this. Despite the worldwide popularity of this genre, our collection, our Band 72 and the others like it, are, for the most part, movies most would find unwatchable. And here's the point, even with the gore removed. You could take the world's best editors, Verna Fields, Michael Kahn and Thelma Shoemaker, give them some scissors and ask them to literally exorcise The Exorcist, axe a lot of the acts, snuff out snuff and cannibalize cannibal, removing the gore and grossness, but they would still be movies the majority would not be able to sit through. They're just too, what, campy? Hammy? Or should we just say it as it is? They're just too damned cheap. So, if you enjoyed that little slice, the full episode is available via subscription at Patreon or Apple Podcasts. Hope to see you there.